So as you're getting started with this process, the sooner you contact us, the better. First thing we would do is send you then our Easy Kit for in-bay. It's full of different information that I'm sure is going to answer a lot of the questions that you would typically have as you're getting started with this project. Then you're going to want to also understand what we do as far as helping you with the blueprinting and site selection side. So internally we have the infrastructure built here to help you all the way through the blueprints that you're going to need and all the mechanical design and drawings you're going to need. Then we would send those to your local architect who can just upload that into his building design, and then you're going to have all the mechanical drawings you're going to need rather than bringing a local engineer up to speed. Our local distributor or our in-house sales guys can help you do the demographic studies to make sure the site you're looking at warrants putting a car wash on it. And then as we do the demographic study and look at what the competition is in the area, we can help you figure out which way you want to go. Would touch-free suit your market better, or is your market more designed for a friction machine? So get us involved as early as possible and we'll be able to help you all the way through. We do have what we call a Go-Direct model. With that, what we mean by that is we have a back-end infrastructure here that includes our salespeople, our design people, our service and support people on the parts and supply side, and then our technical staff. Those 4 people are going to be assigned here for your project along with the local SSO or reseller that we have. But since we keep that contact with you direct here back at the factory, that's what we mean by going direct. So we do still have the guy out in the field who'll be the local representative walking you through with the hand-holding side and then also doing the final delivery and installation of your machine and the service going forward, but we have a full staff here also on hand ready to help you all the way through the process. One of the other problems we see in the in-bay market is how many machines there are out there that are being underutilized. The proper marketing hasn't been done, keeping the bay as clean as it should be, keeping the bay operating to its optimum level. We do offer a service where we can come out and do an assessment for you as to what you have now and see, first of all, is it worth redoing and putting a new machine in for that site, as if it's done properly with the right marketing and whatnot based on the other business at that site, to make sure you don't make a mistake before you get into it. Or what you may find is just invite us out to take a look. You may not be at this time ready to add a new unit, but at least try to get more of the goodness out of the unit you have now. Bring it up to the level that it should be to really use it as the profit center that it was designed to be. So between using some of our marketing programs, our different PM program, making sure then that we can have our local people keep it serviced properly and clean, and then getting your cashiers or your other people who are on site trained on how to talk about the unit when they're asked about it, let us help you get that unit to the level it should be at. Typically, what we find for the client that's looking at the in-bay, he doesn't want labor. I mean, the perfect time to use an in-bay is when you say you absolutely don't want to have an attendant of any kind. So you're typically looking at a small market, a small volume, where 20 cars an hour is going to service that location fine. Then this is the piece you're probably going to want to look at. And as you look at it, then you're going to want to try to decide whether you want to go friction or touch-free. And a lot of that has to do with the market itself, but let me just give you a couple touch points on pros and cons for each. What we really like about the friction piece is consistency of delivery. No matter what the environment has, we can consistently give you a clean, dry, shiny car. Much harder to do with a touch-free unit, especially where weather patterns change and you have to then change your chemistry a little to get that consistency. It'll give you a nice product, but not the same consistency you can get in a friction machine. What we also like about the friction machine is speed. Because we're touching the car, and because in our specific friction machine we have 5 different types of chemistry in it to really deliver that clean, dry, shiny car. The double pre-soak, a high pH and a low pH, to make sure we're not only setting up the car to clean it, but setting up the car to dry it. A separate product for the rims and wheels. Very important that those rims and wheels come out clean. Another product as our drying agent, and then our 5th product as either a sealant or a total body protectant to add to the final product, as well as add to the different menu you can have, because all of our machines also come with a 3-color foam. But by having that 5-step cleaning and drying process, we're assuring ourselves of a clean, dry, shiny car. Same process we use in our tunnels. The BayWash division of Sonny's. It was 2005, and I took a real serious look at the in-bay market and really had to give it some real thought as to whether or not I wanted to enter the market or not. And what drove me to say yes, we're the largest volume supplier of tunnel equipment in America. We wanted to take those same components then, and we thought if we did that, we could offer a premium line of equipment for the in-bay market. We're specialists in friction or hybrid washing. We've taken some of those same components that we wash over 200 cars an hour with and put them on a solid frame using the same 4x4 1/4-inch aluminum framing, no bent aluminum, no bent steel like we've seen in some of the others. Really made a robust frame and mounted those same basic components on, put it on wheels, added a controller, and are now trying to offer a premium line of equipment for the in-bay market. A special product for the wheels to make sure that we focus on wheels and rims. Very important to get those clean as far as for customer satisfaction. A drying agent that further sets the car up to make sure we deliver a very dry car, especially then when added to the spot-free that's available on the machine. And then finally, the total body protectants and the 3-color foams to add to the menu packaging to make sure then that we can have a nice menu design and offer a lot of different step-ups to make the unit as profitable as it's delivering those clean, dry, shiny cars. So as we looked at the market and saw, we believed was a need for a premium, solid product line for that market. We believed in 2005 when we looked at the market that the market was getting ready to change. We believed it was getting ready to go from so highly bent toward touch-free that now it was going to move toward friction. And what gave us that inclination was we saw the pricing change. We saw base prices inching their way up. And we interviewed clients that were getting their cars washed, and we saw that with a base price of $6, being a third car in line that was going to take them 30 minutes to get it washed, and to see the car come out not as clean as they would have liked through that touch-free machine, we knew that if the pricing was going to stay at a base price of around $6 or continue to go up, we were going to have to deliver quicker and cleaner cars for that end user. The touch-free did a great job of bringing the client out of the driveway, making them feel safe and getting them to wash in the in-bay environment and using professional car washes. As more and more came out of the driveway though, and that line got longer, the 10-minute cycle times just wasn't going to cut it anymore. And as they tried to speed up those units, unfortunately with touch-free, it was hard to maintain that wash quality. We really believed we could deliver clean, dry, shiny cars to that market in a much better, much cleaner, much faster way than what we saw happening at that time. Well, we see it going for the end user in how to get more volume, how to get more dollars per car. You're also, not only of these machines getting faster, but you're seeing the offline dryer to get a little bit more speed out of them. The addition of the tire shine machine at the exit end of the in-bay. The addition of lengthening the bays to add a pre-soak as the car is coming in, let the machine do its washing, let the car leave that machine and then go through the dryer and then the tire shine. So the little things that have been added to get faster production and add extra services has come a long way and will continue to develop for that market. How do you go from what was 10 cars an hour to 20 to 25 and bring that ticket average up? This is how it's being done. Typically we see these units being used either with convenience and gas combination, standalone, or at self-serve sites. In fact, it's kind of interesting what we see happening at the self-serve sites as these guys are taking one or two of their typical self-serve bays and adding an in-bay unit. They're not only not losing volume in their, or intake of total dollars in their bays that are left, but they're also seeing an increase not only in those bays, but then in the total cars being washed because now they're also getting the income from the in-bay. And typically the in-bays are outperforming what those bays used to do on their own anyway. So now you're attracting more clients and getting more usage out of the bays that are left, still staying at least the same volume you were doing before, actually increasing volume, because people see you have more things being offered at your site. On the convenience and gas side, What typically attracts those guys is the fact they don't have the attendant. They don't want to have somebody out there manning this on a regular basis. So if the location is in gas doing up to about 200,000 gallons, we see it as a real viable alternative for them. Over 200,000 gallons, we typically see them at least starting to look at either a faster machine or going to a mini express tunnel. We know that in the in-bay market, if that machine isn't running, you're not making any money. So we've tried to do everything possible to build the robustness into this product that we did to our tunnel line. That's why we're using a lot of the exact same components. But if you take a close look, you'll see double Timken bearings instead of just a typical roller bearing or a typical ball bearing, stainless steel cylinders, stainless steel shafts, stainless steel motors, heavy duty gearboxes. We've upped the size of a lot of things that you would typically see on an in-bay to the same stuff that we're using in the tunnel market. Because again, if it's down and that orange cone sitting out there, you're not only not making money, you're driving that business somewhere else. So and then along with that, if you look at our HMI, our interface, this unit is set up so that if there is a problem with the machine, it notifies either you, your distributor, or us immediately. Most of the things can be reset remotely through the internet to instantly get you back up and running. However, if you do need service, this HMI also then tells us what the problem is with your machine so that we can dispatch service having the right products with them the first time they come out and not having to waste time going back and forth to their site to then get you back up and running. The HMI is also, we've worked on for years to make it as friendly as possible, to give you the ability to change run times, pick out different wash functionality. In fact, the menu is probably a little too easy to use. Very easy for the client to go in, choose the kind of wash they want, add into that package what it is they want, how fast they want each pass to be, to where we have now, and if you watch the rest of the video, you'll see we can do a simple wash and dry in less than 2 minutes with our high-speed wash and dry process. Along with the stuff we just discussed, take a good look at the different wash materials we're using. Just like we learned in the tunnel market, it sometimes is better to use more than one style of material to get the goodness you need in a process to wash that car fully and effectively. Remember, we're trying to get the same cleaning ability in this in-bay that we have that we do in the tunnel side. So we've searched out the exact materials we felt we need to touch that car properly and deliver a safe environment and really clean the vehicle. Along with the different materials we use, to reach in the places that are hard to reach, like the rims, we use high pressure nozzles to do so. In fact, we've designed a high pressure 0-degree nozzle that has much more impact than what you typically find, and that was to be able to reach in better to that wheel and really clean that brake dust or grit out from behind the wheel and really finish then with a nice, clean, shiny rim. Very critically important for the end user customer. It's one of the first things he looks at when he comes out of the system is to make sure his wheels are clean. So the nice mix of the high pressure along with these different cleaning materials and the chemistry really let us deliver a clean, dry, shiny car consistently and cost effectively. So the i5 machines that we have out there now have been out since we introduced them in March of 2006 at the show. And what is really encouraging for us is customers who buy one come back and buy another. It's how we knew we were on the right track and how this machine is going to do really well for us in the future in the in-bay market. But then we wanted to make sure we had a full offering. So we did come out now with our G2, which is a dual overhead arm touch-free machine. What's nice about this machine, having the dual arms, with the way we've structured this machine, we're able to get the goodness out of having a dual arm machine and yet only having to use one pumping system to supply both arms at one time. We're trying, again, just like we did in the friction side, get speed and as best we can with the consistency here as we did over there. So what we need to be able to use both of those arms at one time. Rather than having to make you go out and buy another pumping station, we found a way to get more impingement from the high pressure and get you a way to use then one pumping station and deliver the speed and reliability that we need with both arms using just that one station. What we did to accomplish that is we rotate the nozzles on our side arms, which helps us not only get better coverage with less nozzles, therefore only needing the one pump, but give us a better spraying pattern and more impingement on the car, simulating friction so that we could get better cleaning and consistency with this machine. Some of the features that we find that the end user likes about this machine, it is an overhead hung machine, so it makes the bay seem very wide and open. What we've added on the machine for functionality is we do have a separate application for the wheels, along with special high pressure blasters for the wheels, so that as the machine is moving over the car, it finds the wheels and cleans those wheels very aggressively and very thoroughly with an on-machine based high pressure wheel cleaner, not one that the customer may simply drive through quickly and not even realize it was there. Also on the machine we have separate chemical application tubing so that the chemicals aren't necessarily delivered through the high pressure swivels. This way the swivels can last a lot longer. We can deliver the chemistry exactly the way we want to. The unit also comes with the 3-color foaming applications on it. I really want to thank you for taking the time today to watch this video. Please let us help you with this decision. We have a lot of online products along with being able to just call our sales guys here who can help you all the way through this project. Let us help you make this the best project it can be. Please give us a call or use our online services. They're free of charge, and let us walk you down this path together. Thanks again for your time.